Well, a wonderful British summer, blighty in the June, pouring with rain, freezing cold, more like winter. Horrible weather. So I don't think I'll be doing much filming today. I have to get an old one or something to put on. I've got some of my boat trip up London, but not very much, and a little bit more of the concert. I haven't been told off yet, so I'm hoping that's going all right. I have seen other people put their videos on, so perhaps we've just not been caught yet. But, lovely, wonderful day. No one's on the bus today. Can't think why. So I've just told them the gate's down, and it's confused them slightly. I might not go this way. I was thinking I could leave the bag of poo there, but I might go back through the other field. Oh, this is so dismal, isn't it? Don't expect this in June. It's nearly the longest day of the year. We haven't really had many light evenings because even though it hasn't been raining a lot, it's still been dark in the evenings. So, well, I don't know where the gate is. It's not lying down either. I have to go and investigate. Oh, it is lying down. Like it was before in the grass. Go on, Kane. Don't want a stone, surely. Oh, I better put my phone away, it's getting soaked. Been talking or replying to some comments because I'm way behind on my comments. I'm really sorry about that. It's going to take days to catch up. But it sounds some people in America have got the same weather. Was boiling hot and now it's cold and raining. We had the most awful thunderstorm last night. No idea what he can see. Yeah, we had a thunderstorm, thunder and lightning. So I was thinking, oh, well, that's good. That'll clear everything up and it'll be lovely today. Yeah, it's not. In fact, it was worse than what it was before the thunderstorm. Brea seems to have heard something from somewhere. Don't know where or what it is. Kane's got himself a stone. Yeah. Bray's got the zoomies, which they did for a second. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Go on, Dumpling. I've got to put this phone away, it's absolutely so... I can't help myself, sorry. Come on, Bray. Kane, where's your ball? Where's your stone? Bring your stone then. Stop scratching, Bray. Oh, bit my tongue, man. Get the stone, Bray. Go on, pick it up. Bray, get the stone. Go and get the stone. Go on. Go on, run. There's Bray looking around to see if there's anyone around, as if anybody anywhere is going to be out in this weather, apart from me. That's stupid. Am I stupid? Do you think I'm stupid? I don't know what that dog can hear. What are you listening to, eh? What can you hear that I can't even see? Yesterday it was a couple of days, not yesterday, but a couple of days, don't leave your dogs in a hot car, it's too hot for them. Now mine are thinking, just get me the car, I don't care what it's like inside. Oh. Look at stupid there lying down in the grass. Go on, get him. Go on, Kane. Go on, Bray. Oh, careful. Come on then. Go on. I've got no treats, darling. I can bring the bag. Get one when we get in the car. Come on. Should have put your coats on, shouldn't I? Didn't realise it was quite as heavy as this. pushing you out the way. Yeah, it's spray, isn't it? Yeah.
Until you look at the water, think,
Yeah.
put the washing machine when I get home.
Yeah.
So I came up to Olympia. Sorry. I can carry it myself.
Wembley? Thanks. Yeah.
Take a picture of me.
I'll just look at the bloody mirror if I want to see me.
Slightly distorted.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it with everybody making everything out of glass?
We're going to be stopping at St Catherine's Pier shortly, folks, for anyone who wishes to leave us. Now, if you've got to get early tickets, if you're going back to Greenwich or up to Westminster, you leave us here. Check with our agent on the pier. The boat should be leaving every 30 minutes throughout the day. That's in either direction. As I said earlier, it is owned by a billionaire American. He owns one of the many baseball clubs out in the States. There's a big push for baseball in London at the moment, and he's over here saying how much you can earn out of someone bouncing a ball. So moving on alongside
Rather
the
be
pier,
bouncing his
if
boat.
you're gonna leave this boat, make sure when you leave the seats you've got all your personal belongings, and be careful stepping from the boat onto the pier.
He's got his own helicopter.
Only the one?
Sorry?
Only the one?
Yeah, it looks like it. I wonder if he needs a wife or two. Make sure the hair's alright. Blurred. Brilliant. It's better. London bus on London Bridge. Is that London Bridge? It is, isn't
No,
it?
it's Tower Bridge.
Oh, it's Tower Bridge,
Yeah,
okay.
Waterloo Bridge is the next one.
That's good, because I was getting just loads of blonde hair. Dyed blonde hair.
I have more than that.
this entire section of London belongs to the Quatter royal family. Now the Shard, which you see up on the left, well, the Shard is a building which is all about money. On the top, the most expensive viewing gallery in the world. Underneath it, you've got 25 floors of luxury apartments. Around the middle of the building, some very nice bars and restaurants with very nice prices. And at the bottom, a 5-star luxury hotel, the Orient. Now this vessel on the left, the Belfast, well, them big orange fenders outside, well, that means we've got a cruise liner or a warship coming into London, probably on this time, so around about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now on the right hand side, we have the building we call the walkie-talkie. Now this building became infamous because when the sun hit the front of that building, which is a glass sheet, it's concave, so as the sun hit it was bouncing off and actually burning timbers of cars in the road opposite. So the top half, they made smoky glass for it, specially made to stop the reflection. Now the little yellow building down, the second one was burnt down. But the last one was actually taken down like a jigsaw puzzle, and it was underneath this bridge in front. So as we built new London Bridge over the top, we took away old London Bridge at the same time. Literally a giant jigsaw puzzle. Every stone was numbered, except for the two after. Now going through the bridge, look to the left. Behind the trees is Southern Cathedral, the second oldest place of worship in London. Now this is where John Harvard was baptised, one of the men who founded Harvard University. After the Second World War, the university paid for all the windows to be replaced in the cathedral as they were blown out on a bombing raid in London. Now look further along the left, there's two great warehouses called Winchester Wharf. The bishops of Winchester owned the land. They even had a prison called the Clink. So if you've ever heard the old Cockney saying, being sent to the Clink, going to jail, all the jail's underneath that round glass building in the background. The prison was just opened in time for the tourist season. So going in front of us, sitting in a traffic jam, waiting for cyclists to get out of their way. Now when we go through the bridge, if you look up to the right, the first building's got a badge at the top. This is the Vintners Company, the men who work Paul's Cathedral. So imagine sitting over there, looking across the river, that's exactly what we're looking at now. Someone tearing down an ugly old building, a footbridge, the Wiggly Wobbly Bridge and the Harry Potter Bridge. As we go through here, back on the left, this is the South Bank Walk. Now, South London, Southwark, was always more industry. Unfortunately, there is no industry now, it's just apartments. But look in the corner of the bridge to the left, you can see there the building we call the Pregnant Lady. Blackfriars Residential Tower. The cheapest apartment in there now is £1 million. But if you wanted the penthouse, you're too late. That was sold for 32 million. The man who owns it, he can't live here at the moment. He can't even live on his own private yacht. So this is the only railway station in England with an entrance on both sides of the river, and the only station with a solar panel roof, 1,200 solar panels. If you saw the last Tom Cruise film, this is the bridge you run across to catch the day. Now the second bridge, the little red columns on the side, the remains of the first railway bridge, as I'm now, and the last bridge, Blackfriars Road, now under major restoration, which they say can take up to 4 years to complete. Now when we go through the bridge, look to the right, the second building, the one with the green roof, it was the City School for Boys, now the headquarters of J.P. Morgan. For the start of a nice busy summer, But most people don't realise that this river was much wider than it is today. If you look on the right, just imagine, take away the embankment wall. So look at the last building on the right, the one with the green dome. When that was built, it was called the Palace of Somerset. It was actually built on the banks of the Thames. Now, if you look where the red bus is over there, parked up, right behind it is the Watergate entrance. So the river actually flowed into the middle of that building. So if you go to Somerset House today, as you walk across the lawn, that is the river courtyard. Look under the bridge on the right. I've just passed the R&L here. You should be able to see a big television screen flashing away. That's a brand new cabaret club. Lots of the stars are appearing there, only open this year, but there's always queues outside there of a night waiting to go in. Been told it's very good. So here we are, Waterloo Bridge, known as the Ladies' Bridge of London, built by the women of London during the Second World War. Now when we go under the bridge, if you look up to the right here, the building with a flat green roof is the famous Savoy Hotel. If you'd like to stay in the penthouse there tonight, it's only £40,000 a night. The nice thing about it, you do get your own butler to tuck you in. Now, on the right, see the biggest clock face in London? Look in each corner of the clock. Can you see the ladies standing there in the long elegant gowns? There's 4 of them. The ladies of the Strand. This building was called the Grace Hotel in the early 1930s. Biggest hotel in London then. Here to our left is the Festival Hall, originally built for the Festival of Great Britain. Some of the best singers in the world have appeared here. Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra and many others. They loved this building, said it had the best acoustics of a concert hall in England. So where we see the people in front of us, this is the Golden Jubilee walkway. There is one on each side of the railway bridge, built as a nice little shortcut from north to south of the river. But look up there on the left in front of us, there's the old London Eye. Now the London Eye is the tallest Ferris wheel in Europe, but when it opened back in year 2000, people asked lots of questions about it. Now, the one was, why so many pods? Well, there are 32 pods, that is one for each borough of London. Each pod can hold 28 people. And to look to the far end of Parliament, that's where we fly, the largest Union flag in England. Now, when I started work, the flag denoted that your government were hard at work. So it only used to fly 4 hours a day. Now it flies 24 hours a day because there's always someone in the building having a drink. At this end of the building, of course, the clock tower. Now this got quite confusing because when they built Parliament, the clock tower was called St Stephen's. And then someone said, well, why don't we name it after the Queen, Elizabeth, which is what it's called today. The reason for it, the tower with the flagpole is painted black because of pollution. Now they're royal blue and gold. Now we're just going to go through the bridge because our berth isn't ready yet, folks. But this is probably the best view you will ever get of the clock tower. Many people call it Big Ben. Big Ben is only the name of the bell that strikes on the hour. So when we go through, look up there on the right, and that's the best view. Now if you look at the clock, please don't worry if you think it's leaning to the right. It is, it's falling over. Now look along the right, there's Parliament. And if you look on the riverbank, this is the Parliament Garden. Now the the green awning is for the House of Commons. The red awning is for the House of Lords. That little white area on the right, that's where Boris has his secret meetings and a drink. Now, Black Rod is the man in charge of this building. It's not Boris. And Black Rod is the only man who can have them locked up in the tower. Sadly, he doesn't do it enough. But as we turn, look at the ruling royal families of England till 160 years ago. But look just over the top of these awnings, under the first floor windows, there's a narrow band of lettering, and that's the Lord's Prayer written in Latin. It was put there to protect the MPs. You must remember, in those days, the Thames was a sewer, so that all the curtains were doused in disinfectant, and we put the Lord's Prayer to protect those poor MPs. But I must warn you folks, if you do go in there for a drink, you are in for a shock. A pint of lager is £2.10. Any other pub in Westminster, it's £6. But we have to look after them, because they're looking after themselves. Now, if you look on the right, these lovely old buildings here, those three, there used to be 7. This was St Thomas's Hospital, made famous by Florence Nightingale, the lady with the lamp from the Crimea. Now, if you look between the two buildings on the right, you can see the orange tower, and behind it the glass one. Well, that is the Evelina Children's Hospital. I hope you never have to go in there, but when you take your children in there, it's nothing like a normal hospital. It's more like a children's adventure playground. There we are, look, someone's enjoying their last outlook. Traffic jams you don't see are push bikes, because they all got the right of way. Now, if you look on top of the bridge, you can see the lamp standards. These were made from captured enemy artillery from the Crimea. Now, see that boat on the left, the Barracuda? That's a more upmarket party boat. See, they all sit down and have a nice dinner on there. I know which one I'd much rather be on. Now, as we go through the bridge, we've got to wait this side of the river till we can get on our berth. But as we go through, if you look in the left corner of Westminster Bridge, that's back over your left shoulder, you will see a very famous lady, a statue. It's not Margaret Thatcher, it's Queen Boadicea. Boudicca. See her in the corner there? Now, she fought the Roman invaders, eventually murdered by them. Now, we also call her the first woman driver in London. So when you go ashore, look at the statue, you'll see the horses.
Get that person's